Today is day 2 of Pat Flynn's live video challenge. I am back this time without my trusted phone, which is probably backwards. But I don't have my anybody on the phone today, but I did bring somebody with me. Yesterday, I shared with you a little bit about who I am, and today I want to share with you a person who I talked about yesterday. He started out as my friend. He's still my friend. He was my mentor. He's still my mentor. And he's also my husband and the voice behind this face right here, none other than Roy Montero. Hey, babe, say hello to everybody.
Hey, everyone. So, yes, I am the voice, not the face, of net friending. And I told April this for the longest, that I was going to be the bridge between people coming on video who were inferior feeling, afraid feeling, fill in the blank with your favorite. I don't want to do video word. So, fun story, fun fact. I met April and we spoke on day 1. We did a meet and greet just like this. She was on camera. I was voice only with my photo. And this is what I look like. We had a meet and greet. It was less than an hour after she saw me on a live stream, similar to what she did yesterday and what she's doing today, except they asked people to come on stage with them on the virtual stage. And they asked me to come up because the topic was negative self-talk. And I don't know if April was there for the negative self-talk as much as she was there for listening to me, but she decided after following me around for, I don't know, 42 days or so, about 6-7 weeks, we figured that she was on the platform, and she never really reached out to me, but she found my topics, will you, and what I had to say about them intriguing, because it was what she was thinking in her head, feeling in her heart, but didn't have anything to really liken it to. So I was unique for her. And hey, so we know who that is. And big shout out to our friend. Babe, take the time to shout her out.
No, it's okay. It's okay. She knows who she is. Carry on.
So anyway, from that day forward, April and I met on a daily basis, except for a few times, and we won't get into the details there because it involved a fire. That was terrible. But anyway,
so my husband, he's a storyteller, and so I said, babe, I'm going to introduce you, and then I'm going to go back to talking. And you see what he did right there. That's my husband. Welcome to Roy Montero's world. So what I wanted to say was that when I first met Roy, one of the larger topics of things that we discussed was disempowering words. So that is the theme, if you will, for tonight's live stream. And the reason why this is something I want to talk about is because changing the words that I use in my everyday life has been super impactful for me and for anybody who happens to be in my orbit, and my friend who just said, hiya, thanks for showing up, will tell you, I am not shy about course correcting or challenging another human being. I do it with laughter. I do it with love in my heart. And I do it because I know that it helped me to become a more confident person. And I want that for all of you. So I want to share some of the what I would call my top words of disempowerment. But I think that my husband had a video that he wanted to watch. Babe, did you want to watch that first? It's super quick, I think.
Yes, it is super quick. And can you introduce the speaker, which is Vanessa Van Edwards, that I turned you on to? I turned you on to a lot of people, and the majority of people I put on your radar, you like, you follow, you know some of their story, if not all of their story. And very few do you say, no, I can't receive from them. And that's okay.
Oh,
let's go to this comment.
Yep.
You do it.
So I forgot we were on LinkedIn today. Yesterday we went live to YouTube. Today we're going live to LinkedIn and X as well. So hi, Lachelle. That's America's Supermom, and we met her on the Clubhouse social audio app. I usually hear you on Clubhouse. That's right, but you never see me. This is a different thing, right? So thank you for showing up and letting us know that LinkedIn is indeed working. I love that. And we haven't been super active. Actually, we haven't been active at all on Clubhouse. So it's nice to have people from there discovering us on other platforms. So Vanessa Van Edwards is a body language expert. And I know there's a lot of body language experts out there, and a lot of them don't go deep. Vanessa goes deep. And in fact, she has the Science of People. Is that what it is, babe? Science of People.
Yes, scienceofpeople.com.
And so they do their own research, their own case studies. And I love that. And she reports on that. And she's a lot like me. She says she's a recovering people pleaser. I can relate to that.
No, a recovering awkward person.
Awkward person. Oh my gosh. Maybe she's a people pleaser too.
Oh, yes.
I think she is. I didn't just pull that out of the sky. So yeah, a recovering awkward person. I don't know that I ever feel awkward. Maybe I do. Thank you.
Babe, you got a really great compliment here. April doesn't take compliments well. Let's see what she does with this one.
I was in the middle of talking, mister. I saw it. Thank you, Lachelle. Okay. So Vanessa is somebody that I would point others to who are interested in learning about body language, including virtual body language. She covers the whole gamut. And Roy put her on my radar early on in our journey, as well as Pat Flynn, who is hosting this 7-day live video challenge. So you can rest assured that if Roy puts somebody on your radar to take a closer look at, it's because he's already watched, listened to a lot of their stuff, their content, and it's not even about that as much as it's about their character, their personality. And I adore Vanessa Van Edwards. I love how she shows up in the world. So, babe, roll the tape. Is that what they say? All the cool kids? Roll the tape.
We often give away our verbal confidence by saying, just so you know,
those
sorry,
words.
I'm not sure, I don't know if you're going to like this. We're going to now say, I'm confident that. Saying I'm confident that, they've actually shown this in the research, cues everyone else to be like, well, she's confident, I guess I should be too.
Right.
So it's actually a subtle signal to yourself and to others. So I'm confident that.
I feel like you started that in the middle. Was that in the middle? Because I remember hearing her say something else. I'm confident. I'm taking notes. I'm confident that. I was joking before with Roy, and I said, because if you were here yesterday, I said that I think that people don't care what I have to say. And so when I heard her say that, I said, I'm confident that I don't think people care about what I have to say. So that's not really what she means. I'm confident that. Think about that for a second. If somebody says something without those words before it, and they say something like, I'm really good at reading body language, and yeah, I'm pretty good at it. But if you say, I am confident that I can read body language, it translates differently when you add those words to the beginning. There's a lot of words that are in our vocabulary every day that we say on autopilot. And I'm confident, see what I did there? I'm confident that if you eliminate those words, now some of the words I'm going to share with you can be used in the right context, and see what I course correct myself in the middle too, but we'll start there. But is one of those words that a lot of us say, da 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 da, but da 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 da. So here's a great example Roy always shares. I love you, but not when you do XYZ. And when you say but, you're wiping out everything that came before that word. So think about some of the things that you say in your everyday speak that you're using the word but. Babe, do you have any examples?
I love this one. I don't mean to be rude, but, and now I'm going to be rude. The but word, whether I say it, you say it, April says it, anyone says it, you negate everything you've said up to it. So don't say anything prior, don't say but, and then just say it. If you haven't already guessed, if you don't know me, I'm very direct, I'm very blunt, but I'm very kind. I'm not nice. I don't want you to be nice, because nice means you people please. And that means you're being somebody that you're not. You're saying, I've read this person the best I can, and if I say these things, which are not me, then they will like me, and they won't think of me in a blank way. Insert any negative word you want. So don't be nice. Always be kind. Continue, honey.
And
right.
All right. Another one of my, this one, a lot of us have these pet peeve things. And for me, when it comes to words, one of my biggest pet peeves is the word right followed by a question mark. I had a boss that, I don't even like that word boss. That's another thing, but that's a story for another day. I had a boss who used to talk about a lot of things that she deemed herself an authority on. And at the end of every other sentence, it was da 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 da, right? And da 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 da, right? And so when you do this memo and you format it this way, you're gonna da da da, right? And I don't know if that's an NLP thing, neuro-linguistic programming trait teaching, but when a lot of people, when I hear it as a pattern, it's one thing if you say it a time or two in a conversation, but when you hear a person saying that over and over and over again, and that's all you can hear at the end of every third sentence, I haven't done the research on this. I need to, I'm going to. But to me, when I hear right, and it's not even up high like that. It's matter of fact. And so it's that person influencing you in what they're saying. Because if somebody says something to you and they say right, 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 right. It's not even a question. It's right, right, right.
They want acknowledgement.
If you disagree with what they're saying and they're saying right, 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 and in your head you're going wrong, 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 are you really going to challenge them when they've said right that many times? Because they're confident, right?
Let me jump in here really quick. Here's a great statement and a question for you, April.
Oh, I didn't see that. I was on a different screen. Lachelle said, I have awesome delivery in my presentation. And am I a Toastmaster? No. But, and I really do mean but, I invested 4 years in, oh, that's another good word, invested. I'll come back to that. I invested 4 years on my FM station during my high school years, which was a really long time ago, Lachelle. I'm going to be 53. Don't tell anybody. So long time ago. And we had to read the news broadcasts off of the Associated Press wire that would come through back in the olden days. And that's where I honed my speaking skills, because I didn't want to sound cray cray on the internet. I mean, on the radio. So thank you. I am confident. Hold on. I'm going to practice. I am confident in my speaking skills for sure. And the fact that that stands out for you is a huge compliment for me. So I do greatly and genuinely appreciate that you said that.
Babe, give him a taste and example of my favorite.
Hold on, let me fix myself up like I'm legit. Hold on. Okay. Coming up in 10 minutes is the news and the latest on Hurricane Hugo, so keep it tuned. Right now, here's Elvis Costello with Pads, Paws, and Claws on WKPX.
I love that. Isn't she great? I love that. When she first mentioned that to me, it was like, that's April's fun fact. When she's asked to introduce herself and maybe include a fun fact, she just says her broadcast learning experience during her high school days, and she never really actually says that DJ part right there. But I love it. So next time you should say it, babe. People get a good kick and they'll remember you. So whoever's here, wasn't that great? And isn't it memorable to learn that about her? So I just wanted to throw that in. Yeah, I wanted to throw that in. Darn it, I said just.
Yeah, there's so many words. I could be here for hours. So let me give you my top ones. And I just wrote another one down because I said it. Spent versus invested. A lot of people say I spent time with my family this weekend. I'm going to spend the weekend in the mountains. I'm going to spend money to buy equipment for my business. Are you spending or are you investing? Because let me tell you, I am confident when I say that when you say certain words, you feel them. If you say I'm going to spend time where there's no return on that time with your family, it sounds like you're hanging out with them to pass the time, versus an investment where when you are with them that it is valuable to you and to them. and it transforms your mindset. You show up differently. You're going to show up differently. Anything you want to add on that particular term, Mr. Montero?
Only that parents should always invest time with their children. And when you have that mindset, you will do different things differently. And Sally Hogshead says, different is better than better. That's all. Continue.
That's all. Okay, we can throw that one out. I got another one, though. You all have heard this, I'm certain. Try. I'm going to try to do that live stream tonight. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to call you tomorrow. Somebody says, hey, can we get together on Friday? I'd love to go out with you. Yeah, I think I could do it. I'll try. I'll try to be there. That is their off ramp, their excuse. Just in case. Because really in their mind, they more than likely don't want to go out with you. And so the try is I said I was going to try, so they can't hold me to it. And again, that makes a difference when you're speaking. I will do or I will not do. There is no try. I won't even bring up the Yoda thing. Y'all know about that. Likes and ums. Speaking of Toastmasters, Lachelle, likes and ums, I think many of us are familiar. A lot of us are even very aware that when we speak, we throw in and I'm not, Lachelle, I don't know that movie. So now I have to go see what you're talking about. That reminds me of Miranda Priestley from Devil Wears. Which part? The try part. Let me see. I'm missing stuff. It's a good thing I have Roy here. So likes and ums, that's something that I still work on because I think, yes, people want to fill in the silence with something, but I've been thinking about this even more recently. Man, you squirrel me when you put those comments up because I want to read them and talk to people, but I will come back to your comments, I promise, because that's what we do live streams for. I love engaging with you all. With I believe that the reason why most people say is because they're afraid. Maybe afraid is a bad word, not the right word. They are concerned that whomever they're talking to is going to cut them off while they're still thinking. And Roy and I don't think I've ever said this to you because I thought of this yesterday or today when I was thinking about all these disempowering words. And now if I'm doing it while I'm on a live stream and there's no Roy here and I'm by myself, well, then that theory's out of the water. But if I'm with another person and I use and and any other filler style thing, I believe it's because the person speaking wants the other person to be aware that they're still in thought mode. Babe, got any thoughts on that?
I double down on what you said. That's perfect. I would definitely agree. It's a filler word to keep the other person from speaking. And that's sad. Because one of the things that I have learned, and I want you all to know that I'm older than April, and we have what is called an age gap relationship. I'll let you all guess how much older I am than April before I actually tell you. That's always fun. But anyway, I don't act my age, whatever that means. I feel 11, act 11, talk 11. No, I don't look 11. Yeah, I have learned that even if there's silence on the other side, and it appears to me that they're not done yet with their thought because they're looking up, like they're looking for something on the ceiling, they're going to find what's next like that. That's usually a person deep in thought. And so I've learned to read body language, virtual body language also now. And yes, I would totally agree with you. So please keep it rolling. And then I got a few things. Okay. And we can address these comments right after you're done.
This is so fun.
It is fun. So okay. This is great.
So I'm going out of order. I'm checking the list. Hold on. We said try. We said but. Here's my favorite. This is one of my favorites besides the right. Just. This is something I'd never heard anybody else talk about. I think Roy said he heard somebody mention this. We use it throughout sentences, and I really believe that we don't even realize it. It flies right out of our mouths. We've learned our communication from other people over the years, and sometimes we pick up things. For instance, whenever I'm around my New York friends, which Roy doesn't like because I pick up the accent, which he would prefer I do not have. I'm not going to say he doesn't like it because there may be somebody here with a New York accent, which is okay. If you have it, I will love hearing it. But there are things that when you hang around people who speak a certain way, you tend to pick up what they're doing. So whether that's intonation, word choices, bad habits. And with the word just, I'm just gonna put this right here. Why do you need the just in that sentence? I'm gonna put this right here. I'm just calling to say, how you doing? Just calling? I'm curious to know before I say why I do not like the word just. Can you tell me, for you all, what do you think having the word just in a sentence does to the rest of that sentence? Anyone at all. I will do. I'm thinking, what are some other examples of just? Babe, you got any while they're thinking and typing?
Well, Stevie Wonder says, I just called to say
I love you.
It cheapens it. It diminishes it.
Give away the answer. I wanted to see if anybody's going to write anything. Yeah, it does.
I haven't seen anything come. Yeah, it waters it down. I haven't seen anybody post yet.
Mm-hmm.
You are okay, let's put this one up. People use just to minimize impact. I think that's true. I think it's done unconsciously, though. Lachelle says, very condescending. I agree. It's a negative. At times, just is a fit for that sentence. I just arrived.
Just once.
Or just now. I just arrived. I recently arrived. That's what I get from that. Yes, you can say I arrived, but someone may ask, well, when? Well, I just arrived. Oh, okay. You see, in certain cases, it means recent. I haven't dug deep enough into the word.
Right. Recent or only is how
I think a lot, right. Recent or only, it fits. Okay. I can't even think of a sentence right now, but so you don't want to remove it completely, because sometimes it works. But if you use it in a way that cheapens the sentence and cheapens your credibility and cheapens your confidence level and all of that, I wouldn't use it at all. And most people do it on autopilot, babe. You know that. People are walking through life on autopilot. 95% of what people say is autopilot. It's social scripting. And Vanessa Van Edwards says, oh, Mark. Yeah, read it, babe.
Mark said, in explaining just, Roy said, I'm in good company.
Yeah. That is one of the words I want to do away with for sure. And since April and I both speak fast, we're conscious now when we're publicly speaking, because when we speak with each other, we can just go, a mile a minute, and neither one of us is going to be left behind. We get it. I was taught, I don't know how true this is, that if you're speaking to a person mano a mano and they talk really slow, then that means when you talk really fast, their mind, their brain can't keep up. And so they lose a lot of what you're saying and may not tell you for whatever reason.
That's that could be day 3.
I know, right? Yes. So in essence, what we're saying, I said, I caught myself. They're just filler words. Now, I don't mind if April starts speaking because she's not interrupting me. I never see when April speaks and I'm still speaking as an interruption. She's fine with it. I'm fine with it. She just had, she just had a thought. She had a thought. They both work. She had a thought and she wants to get it out now before she forgets it.
Listen, I want you all to know this is literally, that's another word. Hold on, let me write that down. But really.
Yeah, you don't have to say literally, these are all fillers or adjectives that are unnecessary.
This is what takes place in our house every day. What we're talking about here and me course correcting him and vice versa, that happens every day, all day with Roy and April. I hear him say just as if he's breathing oxygen. And I'm babe, you said just. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, you're right. I messed up. Oh, yeah, I'll do better. I want you to know this is not that what we learn, we also implement and then we teach. That is our lit formula. Babe, I want to read all these comments and really we should, but before I do, and I really mean but before I do, and no, I don't mean but, and before I do, the last one on my list was, does that make sense? It goes back
to that's another biggie. Yes.
It goes back to what
does that make sense?
Was saying about I am confident that this would be, if you say, does that make sense? Then you are displaying to somebody else that you are lacking in confidence potentially.
No, forget the potentially part. Really? They are saying that.
Always?
Yes, always. I heard Jefferson Fisher talk about this. And he said, replace, does that make sense with, do you have any questions? I always say, one word, thoughts. You hear me say that a lot, right, babe? I'll say something, and I know it may be above certain people's heads, but that doesn't stop me from saying it. You need to catch up to me. I don't need to slow down for you, because we get random people. I only want to deal with people that I can put in my inner circle that have similar blank. And that's why April and I get along so well, is because she gets me, whereas a lot of people didn't get me before her. And a lot of times I call on her to translate me. I say, babe, can you translate me to this person? Because they don't understand me. And I don't know how to say it any better because I'm so blunt. It's like, I don't want to say that I'm smarter or wiser than that person who said, well, what do you mean? Or what are you talking about? And I have to explain everything to them. But I am. And how do you say that to somebody so that they don't get, butt hurt, B-U-T, but Roy, you don't understand. You need to let me finish. No, I don't think so. I don't. I've heard enough. You never answered my question. Yes or no? And people have an issue with that because they've never planted their flag, and they're so wishy-washy in what they talk about that they don't want to plant their flag. Over to you, honey.
Hold on. So for this one, High Society is saying, does that make sense? As a very useful feedback loop in sales. It's changed the people I've coached and mentors' lives as far as closing deals. And it goes back to what Roy said just a moment ago about the way that he would ask the question. Instead of saying, does that make sense? Reframe it another way. Thoughts? I would love your feedback, because when you say, does that make sense? In my mind, if I say to you, does that make sense? Depending on who the other person is, they may think, what does she think? I'm stupid? Of course that makes sense. So I strongly encourage a reframe instead of using, does that make sense? I'm confident in that feedback. Thoughts, babe?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Absolutely. Never ask a question if that makes sense, because just ask, are there any questions? Thoughts, if you want to be short and brief. I would never say, does that make sense? Because that means I wasn't clear. I'm always clear, whether you understand it or not, because I don't know who I'm talking to until you give me feedback. So give me feedback. But I will never ask you, does that make sense? I never have, and I never will. No, don't do it.
This is a feedback loop. So you're agreeing, I guess, used in sales and negotiations, it is used in counseling and mediation. Okay, well, we're going to agree to disagree. And we could do that. We could do that because you do you, boo. There's still people that are going to use try. There's that. I like what Mark said here. You're putting it up again. We only need one controller at the controls, babe. Wait, do you want to say something about this?
I wanted to go here real quick. Oh, wait. How come that one keeps popping up? I wanted to get the one that says, wait. Okay, you do Mark first, and we'll go back to it.
In marriage, my wife and I avoid always and never.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a great one.
That's a great one, yes.
That's a great one. the minute someone says always or never, they're lying. There's no way that could be the truth. And you and I don't do that because we don't fight. We don't argue. We just have spats. Okay, over to you.
That might be your perception.
It is.
But perception is not always reality. That's another thing. Okay, so I really wanted to keep this to approximately 30 minutes, and we're at the 40-minute mark. So was there, you said you had a few other things. Did we cover it?
Oh no. No, we didn't. No. Let's go let's go to the comments instead and finish up the comments. I think there's some great comments.
Well, you put them up then because you had more time to read them than I did.
Yeah, I wanted to go back a ways. I wanted to start here.
Thank you again. Thank you again. It has worked for you. Very clean and polished.
I'm inspired to work more on my delivery. Great job.
I think you are an amazing speaker. I could listen to you talk all day. What specifically did you want to work on with your delivery? I'm curious.
Yeah, Lachelle. Yeah, I agree with April. And babe, whenever you get feedback, that's not from that Roy guy. Because a lot of times she's like, well, you're my husband. You have to say that and blah, blah, blah. That's the movie she has playing in her head, and it's the wrong movie. And I tell her, it's very difficult at times. And I don't want to say that word, but I'll use it here for brevity and what I want to convey. When someone says to April, very clean and polished, you have a great delivery. You do. Don't I always tell you that? You're a great conversationalist. You're great at solo live streaming. You've done it in the past. You haven't lost a step. You did it in high school. This is in you. Ladies and gentlemen, April wanted to be a
news anchor
an anchor
or a radio station personality.
Correct. She wanted to be on air, delivering the news, the sports, the weather, whatever it was. It's okay with her. That was her dream. Her mom said, no, April, it takes blah, 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 meaning, April, you don't got the goods. I'm not paying for that. It's too nichified. She didn't say it that way, but you all know what I mean. And now here we live in a world where you don't need anybody's permission to be on air and to do this. And we've had 6 people listening in now for X amount of time. And this is a brand new channel, so it's not bad. And today we decided to go to LinkedIn. And where's the other place we went? Oh, Instagram.
X.
Oh, X.
Yes.
Yeah, we couldn't go to Instagram. That's right. We went to X. Mark is on X.
He is.
And Lachelle is on LinkedIn. And others, there's a few others.
We have
on
representation from all 3 platforms, so we know they're working. I love that.
And there are people from our present and past, and I love that too. They know you, and it's like, oh look, it's April and that Roy guy. All right, so if you see any other quick comments that we want to comment on real quick, and then we'll go ahead and end, because I'm with you. We need to keep this short for us.
I don't
well,
know.
we don't have to. I mean, people can skip around.
Address this or not, but I like this. It minimizes the word just, the other person's value.
Oh, absolutely. Both yours and theirs.
Just calling, just saying.
Yeah.
Just.
It's just you.
A shoulder shrug comes with that. Just
Right. You're just my wife.
You're
You're
just
just my husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Totally
that.
agree with that. What about this one? Oh,
No, I didn't see that one. It is a phrase that is asking for that feedback. We're back to the controversial. Does that make sense? Asking for feedback, especially in a long conversation. Yes, I am not disputing its intention. I am suggesting that there are better words to use
yes.
to get the same result. That's what I'm saying.
I would never use, does that make sense? Okay, we're done with that. Let's go here.
That's the same comment, babe.
Okay. Where was it? Hold on. If you see one,
They're all
because
about they're all about the does that make sense, and I don't want to belabor the.
no. What about the one from our friend on link or YouTube? Doesn't it go back far enough? Oh wait, it does. It goes all the way to the back. Okay, you can take this one down, hon.
No umming.
Okay, do you see one? No,
I don't.
even at the end, because I'm going from the beginning.
No,
forward.
because it's all about this was a very passionate topic of does that make sense? And I've planted my flag and they've planted theirs.
Yeah, but they keep planting it.
Cutting fillers can definitely elevate executive presence. But remember that words like try and but also serve genuine grammatical functions to show contrast or acknowledge variables. Like what?
There's a challenge here. Okay. I get it. We will do that behind the scenes. It's
that might be a voice to voice back and forth conversation.
Yeah. But
and probably 30 seconds from now, I'm sure.
Yeah. I liked what she had to say though. Okay. So that's enough on that.
Okay, babe.
Yeah.
I gotta keep him focused. Focus.
Yes. Okay. So final thoughts,
which is completely unrelated to empowering words. I want to say that I am grateful to Pat Flynn and his team, Liz Wilcox, who've put together this 7-day challenge, because there was a period of time some years back where I stopped live streaming. I was doing this 4 to 6 times a week for several years. And I had some haters and some trolls that came into my life. And I went into hibernation mode. I'm not going to say hiding. I was hibernating. I didn't want to deal with it. So when I took such a long break, what happened was I could hear Roy in my head going, is that true, April? Was it really hard? I'm going to say it the way that I hear it in my head right now. It was really hard for me to get back into it. When you do something all the time and you're in a groove with it, and then you step away from it for a while and then go back to it, there's a lot of it that seems unfamiliar to you, and that's how it was for me. And this has definitely fired something up inside of me, and that is largely due to all of you who have shown up to engage and support, because this is what I love. I love having conversation. And you all, if you're interested in having a panel discussion, a guest discussion, an on-screen meet and greet, if there's something you're interested in doing, you're like, I could see a collaboration here, I can see an overlap here, reach out to me and we can talk about it. I love this, period. I don't need to say any more. I wanted to thank Pat, Liz, Dave, all the people. And this is only day 2. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 left to do. And I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about. I have some ideas about, well, I just said I have no idea. I do have ideas about what I want to talk about. I don't have anything concrete yet. But there will be more of this fun that we had tonight coming up for the next 5 nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm going to say goodbye. Ciao for now. Toodles, all the things. Babe, what are your final thoughts?
Yeah, I'll be brief. I love watching my wife do her thing. I love being in the background and every now and then being the bridge between text and video for those people who would rather use their voice initially than their face and their voice because they're blank to death. They feel inferior, they're scared, they're blank, insert any negative word that they do. And so you really, really get far in business when, not if, when you show up in video. And April is great at holding your virtual hand. Just let her know, reach out to her, let her know that you would like 10, 15 minutes of her time, because that's all it takes. Every person that she has guided from text to video, it only took about 10, 15 minutes. And they were happy to do it the next time. And they didn't die. They didn't even have to go to the ER. Nothing happened. Nobody died. But they got excited and they felt okay because the movie playing in their head was false. They had false beliefs. There's no such thing as limiting beliefs. What the heck does that mean? Your belief is either true or false. And so, like Nike says, just do it. And I'll add afraid. Just do it. Afraid. April did. And maybe we'll show her before and after pictures just to give you a taste of all of that. So those are my final thoughts. And tomorrow we got Liz Wilcox coming to join you. So that'll be amazing.
Maybe.
Oh, there's a maybe. Okay. It's not set in stone. All right. No worries.
And
if we do, go ahead. Yeah, you close this out.
I wanted to let the fine folks at home know that if you would love, if you would love to join us for more of these conversations in our free school community, you can go to that QR code up on the screen. That way? I think it's that way. So crazy, my camera. And or aprilroga.com/gift will get you there as well. We do live streams twice a week, and there's going to be more fun stuff to come. So and there's always impromptu live streams. We're having one tomorrow morning, but I'm not going to tell you what it's about. If you want to find out, you have to join our community. Roy can tell you if he wants to tell you, because yeah, but that's tomorrow morning. And yeah, it's free. How could you say no to free? So that's all I've got. I wanted to to share that. You should always have a call to action. I don't want to leave y'all hanging and you're wondering when we're going to get to talk again. You can talk to us all the time in our community. So we shall see you there. Say goodnight, babe. That's where you go. Goodnight, babe.
I'm sorry. Did you want me to share what's going on tomorrow?
I don't know. Do you want to?
Tomorrow at 2:00 Eastern time, I have a new business friend that's going to show me and whoever wants to join us how he puts together websites using AI only. And for those of you who would like to add pages or would like a complete revamp or don't have a website yet, this would be perfect for you. And I can go into a little bit about the SEO factor that needs to be present on your pages. And that's, you have to join us on our school community in order to see the video, because the live stream is going to be live, like I said, at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And there will be a replay. So if you can't make it, don't worry about it. Join our school group and you can still watch it and replay. All right. That's it for me. Good night, Gracie.
Well, good night, Gracie. Good night, everyone.